This is how I manage 46 faceless YouTube channels, and I just quickly want to show you some stuff and also show you our new renovation plan, because I actually do have multiple in real life offices with editors and video makers that are producing me content every single day. So I just wanted to show you quickly how that exactly looks like. So if you dive into here, into my screen, you can see one of my channels, which is currently doing like $700, $800 a day. And then recently we almost got to $900 a day, and we're getting some new really good videos that are going up. In my last video, people said like, okay, what's exactly the issue with the oddly satisfying videos channel? That's actually the reuse policy, because we didn't transform it enough. It got demonetized. We can just reapply whatever we want. However, the chances of getting accepted right now is really low, because the majority of this content is actually like repurposed content. And also the other issue that we had is that this channel just randomly dropped dead. This is the channel that I showed in my previous video that has made me over $1.2 million. So here you can just see it went all the way dead, and then eventually it died out all the way until it's just a couple hundred views a day. But you can see some of these videos got over 10 million plus views, and the RPM on average was about $6 per thousand views on the channel. So what I want to show you guys is actually our new office proposal. Everything has been signed now, and we're moving in next month. So I was waiting a little bit on making this video, and I want to talk about what the reason is that I got an office. And that's because I have a lot of like low quality, high volume YouTube channels in which I just need a lot of editors, and it's really nice to manage everything in-house instead of going always through freelancers. Even though I would recommend that to anyone that's starting out with YouTube automation, I would not recommend getting an office or actually hiring people because of a lot of complications that you have that you don't have with freelancers. So Booty is amazing at making like these documents / planning and overview things, which I really like. So I wanted to show you guys exactly what we're doing. So this is our new office, and you can see here, this is just pretty much for me and Booty to work at. This is the director's place, and then here we have room for 6, already 12 editors, and then here's another 12, so there's 24 editors just on the main floor, which is absolutely mind-blowing. We're trying to get pretty good specs on all the computers as well, so it's a huge investment up front. But we're also doing like these channels where we have to just render a lot of stuff. The videos to make them can cost like 15 minutes sometimes 30 minutes, but the rendering might take 2, 3, 4, 5 hours. So we do have some supercomputers that just render for us 24/7, even when we're not working. And we're now also working on building like some sort of AI that can actually make the videos for us, because they're pretty simple videos. So I don't think that's too harsh. And also another thing that I'm focusing on is building multi-language brands, which means that we start one channel in English, and if it works well, we just do it in every single language that we know. And the majority focus on European because it has a higher RPM. So these would be like English, Spanish, Portuguese, Japanese, Korean, that's outside of Europe. And then we're also now starting Polish. We're starting almost every single one of them. We're starting Swedish. We don't do Norwegian or Danish yet because there's only 5 million people living there. We started doing the Netherlands as well, actually my home country, so that's really fun. So then we're just dubbing all these channels into multiple brands and just slightly adjusting all the text, because we cannot use the function of YouTube where we're just dubbing the content, because it wouldn't make sense to dub the content because the text would still be wrong. If you have an Italian title and you upload an English speaking video, it still doesn't work as well as you have it completely Italian and Italian, if that makes sense. So here we have some more stuff. So here you have the bathroom repairs that have to happen. We're gonna modify the wall so we can stalk everyone doing the work. We're also gonna add some more green plants in here, just to create a little bit more of a nice vibe for everyone in the office. We also have like a nice little entrance that we're gonna have, just for people to check in, check out. And then we actually go to the second floor, which is really cool. And this is pretty much the studio floor. So we already adjusted quite a few things of this. It's a little bit outdated. If I zoom in a little bit more, it will be a little bit easier to see. So here you can see the table and the recording stuff. So this is actually going to be based on where I recorded my entire program, my coaching stuff as well, which will be based on Yalapod in Dubai. Huge shout out to them. They're very kind. But yeah, I also need an office in Bali. So they're kind enough to share which equipment they use. So we're copying everything to make sure that the quality is really high. And then here you actually see an additional place to work at, but this is going to be a second studio. So here we make very creative videos. We make videos you would never think of, and that's the reason I can so openly talk about YouTube automation, because once, I have YouTube automation channels myself as well, and secondly, the niches that I'm in are so hard for 99% of people to duplicate, and that's the reason I'm able to show a bit more. But that will be the second room, and then the third room and this one will all be editors as well. And in here we're adding some greens. This should be here if correctly the staircase moves like this. Not 100% sure. I've been here once now. Looks pretty cool, but it definitely needs renovations to clean up the space. So we just invested $18,000 into it, and I thought it's very interesting to show you guys exactly what I'm working on. Then here you also have the next phase, add more tables, building studio, noise cancelling wall, acoustic, fake cement background. We wanted to do the fake cement background, but now we're doing like the wood panels. The wood panels, let's go here. So we're building in like these kind of things to make it all look nice into Bali. So that's definitely the stuff that we're working on. And then there's like noise cancelling foam plates. So because it's next to a busy road, it's very important to have it completely be noise silent. That's number one. And then we got the third floor where a majority of the money is actually going to. It's going to be a pretty big kitchen for everyone just to have lunch. And I also promised if we would go to a new office, I would get a PlayStation 5 and a ping pong table. So that's also coming. Maybe not the best investments, but you want to keep the relationship healthy with everyone working for you, and you consistently want to look out for opportunities that you can jump into, and just building a lot of resources. And that's been so far one of the most important things that we have done. And also we should kill channels faster if they don't work out, and leverage my network and extensions a bit more to get more higher paying revenue opportunities, where sometimes I'm trying some stuff and it just doesn't work and I just want to try it for 60 or 70 videos, and sometimes I do have to say I have to stop a little bit earlier. So that's a lot of stuff that we're looking at. Then here you also have the entertainment stuff, of course, the complete kitchen, and the kitchen is actually also a studio. We make certain kinds of content, what we do inside of a kitchen. So the kitchen is the kitchen, but during the normal working hours when it's not lunch break, we will be using it also to make videos. This could literally be, as an example, I'll give you one hint on the content that we're going to make. We're going to make pancake designs. So we can design famous things or popular things on pancakes and actually get good money from it. You'd be surprised. Why can you make good money from it? Well, once we have about 300 to 1,000 clips of that content, which is also still related to what I showed earlier, this oddly satisfying niche stuff, and also to this channel where it's making so much money. It's also related to this stuff where it's just making so much money that it's worth investing into this stuff. So let's go to the next part. So the estimated cost breakdown for 2 years, here you see it as well, is the office rent is 460 million. We can extend it by 2 years for an additional 20%, and then we don't have the rest of the cost, which means next time we're going to increase it, we can go ahead and just pretty much grab a calculator, or it's 46, it's 82, it's 542 out of my head, 542 million EDR rupiah for an additional 2 years. And then you can see we're actually investing quite a bit of money into the renovations. And then for 2 years in Bali, Indonesia, it will actually cost us 44,000 for the office. So it is very important for us to aggressively invest in this and scale also very aggressively. Why? The more time that we waste, that we're not adding new editors, is room that we're wasted and money that we're wasted with not spending, if that makes sense. So normally you would think like if you don't spend it, you don't make anything and you don't lose anything. Yes, but when you have like the room for, what is it in total? Even here we can probably put some working spaces. In total, it's, what is here is 18, and then here you got 13 plus 2 studios. So that's just one of the options. So it's going to be 13 plus 2 studios, and then here, what was again, 12 and 12 is 24. So 24 and 13 is going to be 37 editors and 2 studios. So we can probably host about 50 staff members here, which is the goal. So we want to fill that up as quickly as possible, but we do really want to hire talent, where that's very hard to find in Bali. And that's also why I would recommend people not to start an office right away. I've been very lucky finding a very good manager, which can manage a lot of stuff for us. In the beginning, it was incredibly profitable. We were making about 70,000 US a month, and then it went down all the way to about 15,000 US in profit. So now it's just finding new niches and hoping just 1 or 2 things will click soon, and then start generating all the money that we're investing back in there. The average cost of the office is about 17 grand, and in this case, yeah, we're making about 30-ish. So it's not as much as normal, but it is still profitable, and it's nice to provide a good job opportunity for a lot of people, but we do definitely need to work on making everything more profitable. Here you also see the timeline that it's taken. So here you can see in March is like really going into it. Now I'm recording this at the 17th of February, and then in April is like the old office restoration and handover to owner, which we do already have actually, but that's the old office. We just have to clean it up, and then we're moving the air conditioning and stuff, and that's pretty much it. And here you can also see us, and here we have the W sign that actually was from Project Warner, so that's with also with Mano, which is my main coach, and then also with Lisa, and then a few other people, and also from my Bali team there as well. In total 24 people at this time. So yeah, we're looking forward to, of course, building and expanding this. So that's what I want to show you. I'm going to make a lot more videos about YouTube automation and the things that I'm doing behind the scenes. Definitely got some interesting stuff coming, like the multi-language stuff. I want to show a very good case study and example of that. So definitely make sure you subscribe. And we're also going to share a bunch of other stuff like 50 profitable niches, anything you need to know to get started with YouTube automation, how to actually get really high RPMs. Going to show you all of that stuff. So definitely subscribe. In the link you'll also, or in the description, you'll also find the link for the 50 profitable niches. You can sign up, and yeah, and then we'll send it to you as soon as possible. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a lovely day, and see you in the next one.